I'm Dr. Christine Castater. I'm a trauma and critical care surgeon. I work for Morehouse, and that means I spend all my time at Grady in Atlanta. I'm an assistant professor of surgery here. As of July, I'll be an associate professor. I have a lot of hats. I'm the assistant clerkship director for the surgery clerkship and also the site director for the trauma clerkship. I am a medical director for the acute care surgery wards and also for our trauma recovery center, which is basically operational things within the trauma group here. I am also the assistant program director, and I'm also a vice chair of Access, Engagement, and Justice, which is essentially increasing diversity and equity within our Department of Surgery here at Morehouse. So I did my undergrad and medical. I didn't start medical school until I was in my mid-30s. So I didn't start residency till I was 40. So when I decided to go into surgery, I knew that I was going to do trauma surgery, and so I did my residency at UCSF East Bay, which was very trauma heavy. My attraction to surgery was really to take care of trauma patients and just show them love and kindness and respect in a way that I, didn't feel that I had. So all residency is hard. So let me just say that, but surgery residency is very hard. When I was in residency and trying to be an adult person in my 40s with like a full-on family and kids, that was very hard. In my second year, I really was like, I just don't know that I can't make it through. I can't do it. And so I really spent a lot of time trying to figure out what was I going to do. And then next thing I know, the year was like over. And then what I essentially realized was like, I just have to keep going and I just got to make this work. And so then I just charged forward. I got involved as a medical student, and I just absolutely loved a place where it's all people, just all women surgeons trying to support other women surgeons, of which I was trying to be one. I 100% know that the reason I matched where I did, which was at UCSF East Bay, was because I met Dr. Kelly Ballard at the breakfast. Essentially, my career trajectory was because of going to AWS as a student. Now I see it's so much of an opportunity for mentorship, but also to be a mentor, but also just for the camaraderie of spirit that comes from being around other female surgeons who all know exactly what it's like to be doing what we're doing and going through what we're going through in a way that nobody else does. I mean, because it's amazing, but no, the reasons that I love surgery and that students that I mentor who do go into surgery is the ability to connect with people through some of their hardest times. As physicians, all of the specialties are blessed to be taking care of patients, and they trust us with their lives and the cares of themselves and of their loved ones. But for surgical patients, it's caring for them, but it's also cutting on them. And so being able to care for people and have them trust you with coming at them with a knife is means that you have to have a very special bond and compassion for those people. So I just really feel blessed to be able to do this job and take care of people in this way. I'm very acutely aware of the fact that I don't have as many years on this planet or in this profession as everyone else who goes into surgery because I started so much later. I think because of that, I'm like really driven to have an impact in the time that I'm here. And I see that really in three ways. So the first legacy that I want to have is in taking care of patients with love and kindness and respect, but also teaching that to others, modeling that for others, having other people see that this is the way that we should take care of patients, trauma-informed care, social determinants of health, love and kindness, teamwork, all those things, modeling that for our trainees. The second thing is in increasing diversity and equity within the field of surgery. I think that in order to take care of patients, we need to have surgeons that look like the patients that we care for. And, despite what a lot of people may think, in order to care for patients, we need like diversity of thought and of mind. And so it's really important to me to continue to increase that within the field of surgery. And then the third thing is really on a more national level. I am, like I said, I'm a trauma survivor, or I like to say trauma thriver. And very specifically, I was a victim of intimate partner violence. I am involved in a lot of things nationally that have to do with intimate partner violence awareness, and trying to increase safe spaces and decrease stigma, and figuring out how to really spread that message throughout the field of surgery, but then also so that we can take better care of our patients. Be helpful, not hurtful. I'm me.